Welcome to The Warmup, and thank you for tuning in. I'm your host, Ted Madden. There are some huge matchups this week in the greater Houston area, and district titles are on the line. Let's get you ready for some football. North Shore, Spring Westfield, and Katy get most of the 6A publicity in the Houston area, and that's just fine with Klein Collins. The Tigers have been lurking in the shadows, and Friday night, they take their undefeated record into a game with Klein Cain. We take a look at that game and more in the lineup presented by Xochitl Chips and Salsa. Adrian Mitchell's Klein Collins squad is ready for another district title. Behind very little fanfare, the Tigers have gone 7-0 and have only really been challenged twice. A 3-point win over Summer Creek, and then last week's 28-17 win over Klein Forest. However, Collins is headed into a tough two-game stretch as they take on Cain this week and Tomball next Friday. Tucker Park has been a silent assassin at quarterback, and the Tigers' defense has been up to the task all season. Klein Cain has also beaten Summer Creek, but has a loss to Klein Forest, so the Hurricanes need a win to get back into title contention. Jalen Smith has been a receiver to watch out for in the Cain offense. 21-6A is starting to get to the meat of their schedule, and one of the bigger games in district play is CE King and Atascocita. The Eagles will be wise not to look ahead to their monster matchup with North Shore next Thursday because the Panthers are capable of pulling off the upset. CE King is 5-2, taking two lopsided losses to the aforementioned Mustangs of North Shore and State Power Allen. But Kamard Kimball and Dylan Spencer on the defensive line are run stoppers that can cause Atascocita to be one-dimensional. That might be okay for the Eagles, as junior quarterback Zion Brown has proven to be a star behind center. Brown has accounted for almost 1,800 yards and 21 touchdowns for Atascocita, and is one of the main reasons the Eagles are 6-1 on the season.
Warm up your game day with the authentic flavors of ancient cooking. So thin, so crisp, so good, so chill.
Spring DeKaney will be back in the postseason again this year, and they owe a lot of their success to wideout Jonah Wilson. Jonah recently decommitted from Texas, and we caught up with him to see what's happening on the recruiting trail.
Hi, my name is Jonah Wilson, DeKaney High School, class of 2023 wide receiver. A school that brings me in and treats me like family and look at me like their son, and that can help me get to the next level and take care of me and my family. My releases and my three-step drop at the top of my routes when I'm running my curls and comebacks, and just the separation I can get off of them. Playing basketball with my friends. I like driving, just get that wind therapy, but yeah, playing basketball with my friends, go to parties or whatever. I love that how we all worked out together in the off season, so we really got a chance to come here and prove to each other and ourselves of what we're really capable of doing, and I just look forward to getting to the postseason and making a run to the state championship. The camaraderie it brings, the brotherhood, and just the sacrifices you have to make to play the game. The sacrifices you go through playing the game, all the hard running, conditioning, and all that outside in practice that leads up to game days and everything that come with it. He played with his heart. He was a dog, and I want to be just like him or be better than him.
Look for our cameras at a lot of big games this week, but unfortunately, we can't be at them all. Let's take a look at some games you need to watch for in the hype. Jonah Wilson's DeKaney Wildcats may not win 14-6A, but they can still finish second with a win over Spring. As has been the case in this district the past several years, the Spring teams always seem to battle for the top three spots. DeKaney is 3-1 in district play and are on a two-game winning streak. Besides Wilson at wide receiver, the Wildcat defense is led by Xavier Rowe and Brandon Joseph. The Lions of Spring are also 3-1, as both teams took lopsided losses to Westfield. Spring has won 3 straight and hasn't given up a point in 2 games. Elijah Fields has been a wrecking shop for the Lions on the defensive line. And finally, back to 15-6A, Tomball takes on Klein Forest. If you remember last year, Tomball had to win on the last day of the regular season to make the playoffs, and they parlayed that into a trip to the state semifinals. The Cougars aren't being that dramatic this year as they are 4-0 in district play. Christian Womack is a speed demon and has been leading the Tomball attack out of the backfield. Meanwhile, Klein Forest has been quite the enigma. When their offense is rolling, the Golden Eagles are tough to beat, but when it's not, they lose close games. Against Tomball, Klein Forest will need to be on point because the Cougars put up points. The Golden Eagles have a good chance at a playoff spot, and a win over Tomball could go a long way in solidifying that. Last week, our defensive title belt headed to Alief Taylor for their huge win over Strake Jesuit. We talk more about their effort, plus we check on a team who received their belt in the Buzz. Alief Taylor had to make some plays if they were going to get past Strake Jesuit and get even closer to making a second straight playoff appearance. The Lions defense showed up huge at Crump Stadium, causing turnovers all night, and then Jashard Mims made the game-winning interception to seal the 24-17 win. Earlier this week, Ridge Point received their title belt for their shutout performance against George Ranch. The Panthers sent us some photos as they celebrated their accomplishment. Congratulations, guys, and keep up the good work on defense. That's going to do it for today's show. For even more high school football content, be sure to follow us on our social media accounts, including Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. I'm Ted Madden, and I hope we got you warmed up for all the action.